Kubrick, Scorsese, Tarantino, Tommy Wiseau, but not necessarily in that order. So hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Why You Should Watch, and in this episode I 100% mean it when I say you should watch The Room, because it is probably one of the best cinematic experiences that I have ever had. Some people who are aware of The Room might think that I'm taking the piss when I say that statement, however, I'm deadly serious. Genuinely, I think this is such a wonderful viewing experience. There is a caveat to that, but I will get to it. So for those of you who don't know, The Room is a film from, I think, 2003-ish. I mean, it looks like it was filmed in 1981 anyway, so it doesn't really matter when it was made. The Room is a film that was directed by, written by, produced by, and starring Tommy Wiseau, a man who no one knows a fucking thing about. And he's also a very odd man. He's not your sort of conventional movie star or director or writer or producer. He's just a very strange man. But in his strangeness, he created this. The basic plot of The Room, and I mean basic, is Johnny is the perfect man, as he would be because he's played by Tommy Wiseau. He's in a relationship with Lisa, they're engaged, they're going to get married. However, Lisa then decides, yeah, I don't love Johnny anymore, and decides to cheat on him with his best friend, Mark. And if you can think of any other film or TV show that sounds remotely like that, obviously in the end it's not going to end well. And of course that does actually happen in The Room as well. However, as simple and conventional as this plot sounds, and it bloody well is, the movie itself is just something to behold. Now, a lot of people will say that this is arguably the greatest, worst movie ever made. Frankly, yes, it 100% is that. However, is it though? I mean, it is, but is it? Because the thing is, this movie is so objectively bad, and I mean bad, like fucking terrible level of bad. The thing is, it isn't half enjoyable to watch. Everything about this film is a disaster, whether it's the cast, the acting, the writing, Tommy Wiseau, the writing, the acting, the directing, the dubbing. Oh my god, the dubbing. The way that it doesn't seem like it's made by someone who's human. And I'm being serious, like, people don't actually know a whole lot about Tommy Wiseau. He might very well be an alien, because there's certain moments in this film where you think there's no way that a person who is human and understands human emotion could write something like that and think it's okay. But The Room is definitely one of those movies that I don't think you can watch it alone. It's not a movie that you can just throw on, because otherwise within the first 20 minutes or so you're going to get pissed off with it, you're going to get annoyed, and you're going to switch it off. However, if for whatever reason you have friends round and you want to watch a film and you want to have a chilled out night where you're going to have a laugh, have a good time, maybe get some drinks going, some snacks, all that sort of stuff, throw on The Room. I guarantee you, you are going to have one of the best nights you are ever going to have. I've watched this film with multiple different people, and my favourite thing about watching this film isn't me actually watching it. It's about watching other people watch it for the very first time. Genuinely, it is hysterical seeing people's reactions, their utter bewilderment, their confusion, their wondering why the fuck I did this to them. This is a film that 100% is incredible to watch in a group of people and seeing their reactions. Every time I've watched it with someone, their reaction has been different depending on who it is. This movie is so quotable as well. It is one of the most quotable movies that has ever existed. And again, I'm deadly serious. This isn't a piss take video. I genuinely mean this. The quotes from The Room, they're just so iconic. Literally, these movie quotes, you can say all the time, like, what a story, Mark. Ha 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 ha. Not true, it's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. All these moments and more, I mean, there's so many, are just incredible, and they're so enjoyable to watch with other people as well. What's so genius about this script, or the lack of genius in this script, is the lack of self-awareness, because I genuinely, there's speculation in there that it was planned to be like this and it was supposed to be this bad and everything. I genuinely don't think that you could do it that way. I don't actually think you could make it that bad to the point that it's this enjoyable. I think it's always going to be one of those movies that would either turn out the way that it did, or it would just be bad, like not enjoyable bad. Like, there's so many plot threads in this film and subplots and stuff that just goes nowhere, that is briefly mentioned every now and again. Like, for example, there's a pretty, what I would say is a serious moment where one character in the film turns to a character who is a family member and says, "I've got the results of my test back, I definitely have cancer." Now, in a moment like that, that should be a really hard-hitting moment of the film. This should be a turning point. This should be motivation for characters, or inspiration for characters, or the character should feel a certain way. But in the room, the family member in question turns to the other character and says, "You'll be okay." And you never fucking hear about this cancer ever again. Spinning plates. You gotta have all these things going on all at once. I mean, there is some incredible sexual moments in this film as well, where Tommy Wiseau proceeds to fuck his fiance's belly button. Getting through those scenes whilst watching this film with my girlfriend was definitely an experience all of itself. She genuinely thought I'd put on some softcore porn. I just totally forgot as well. There's another moment where it's just like, how is that humanly possible that you could even write that, where the character Mark is talking to Johnny and he's talking about women and he's saying that, well, you know, there was this one girl that I knew who, you know, messed around with a couple of guys, and the other guys found out and they beat her up so bad that she ended up in the hospital. To which Tommy Wiseau's character Johnny replies by saying, "Ha ha ha, what a story, Mark." How the fuck did no one turn around and say, actually, someone who's human wouldn't have fucking said that? It's incredible. This film is just incredible. I don't want to say too much more, if I'm being totally honest, because I feel like if you haven't seen this film, you must go out and see this film. And I'm deadly serious. Like, I don't care how you watch it, just make sure that you do. And make sure that you watch it with other people as well. Like, make a night of it. Make it an event. Like, obviously, given all this lockdown tier bollocks that we're having to go through at the minute, find someone. Even if it's over a Zoom call or a Skype call or whatever, find a copy of The Room and just watch it together and enjoy it. I mean, if you have seen The Room, you just know the level of where this film's at. This is going to sound really pretentious, but I feel like if you have seen The Room, you understand. I don't feel like you need to say much more. It's just like, do you like The Room? Yeah? Alright, I get you. That's kind of how it is. And again, I guarantee you that if you watch this film for the first time, you probably will get angry. You probably will think, what the fuck have I just watched? But then after the fact, you will sit back and you will think about it and you will actually go, do you know what? That was actually pretty fucking funny. Whether it's the quotable dialogue, whether it's the terrible, terrible acting, whether it's the awful script, whether it's the fucking spoons in the background, they're there, trust me, it's weird. Whether it's trying to count all the plot holes, it is just a wonderful cinematic experience. And like I joked at the start saying about all these, you know, top-notch directors and everything, genuinely, some of those directors have put out worse films in the sense that I don't enjoy them as much. Just saying. Just saying. Tommy, what? Just saying, when the top four at the start, I'm just saying that might not be that inaccurate. It's very inaccurate. But the thing is, as films go, it is like the space odyssey of shit. But I mean, to an extent, it's still the best at what it does. In the comments below though, guys, let me know what you think. I mean, please let me know what you think of The Room. I mean, I want to hear about your first experiences with it, what it was like watching it with other people, what were your expectations of it, all this sort of stuff, anything about The Room. And if you haven't seen it, again, I implore you, go and check it out and come back here and then tell me what you thought, because it's something. It's really something. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe for more. Social media and Patreon links will be in the description as always. So if you would follow me on any of those things, I would absolutely love you forever. But until next time, guys, you take care of yourselves. Goodbye.